All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely afternoon in which the Most High Yah has made, and Sunday afternoon, in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I just cut grass, front lawn, and back. I have my son over to put together a um, greenhouse, a small greenhouse. Uh, and it's pretty much just some metal pipes and him putting the top on it. And it's pretty much like that tarp that you put over something. It's pretty much like that. Just something I wanted to try to start growing my herbs uh, uh, during the fall and winter season and be able to jump right into it during the summer season. Uh, Sister Deborah decided to sit down, and I asked my son and his fiance, do they need me to help them? They said, no, they got it. So I said, okay, let me just sit down. I sit down. And it's something I saw yesterday, and that was Bill Gates and the president or whoever that is over in Africa. Uh, they had set up an agreement to set back and pass this law that every baby born over in Africa is going to receive the chip. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Proudly is it advertised across the four corners. Africa leader is shaking hands with Bill Gates. The agreement has been settled that every baby in Africa must receive the chip. See, this is what I meant when I said eyes have not seen nor ears have really heard what is about to take place. I know you think you know because you didn't read the words, but the way the words are leveled out in the King James 1611 and all these lost books and found books in the Enoch book, in any other book, it's laid out for you to see it in a story setting. It only can go beyond the flesh. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It can't take you to the spirit realm. Mm-mm. It can't take you there. Only one can take you there is the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the world. And I ain't gonna say the world, but it's the Holy Spirit of the Most High Yah. He can take you all the way there. And when he take you there, he will drop you off. Why? Because he wants you to see exactly what's taking place in the natural, where the natural can't really behold what is actually going on because it's not resting in the spirit realm. It's natural understanding, natural wisdom, natural knowledge, natural feelings, emotion, personal opinion, to where they can't step over the line and get over in the spiritual realm and actually see what is actually taking place. So when I saw that, I said, that's about right. That's how Africa leaders, melanated, what you call black, whatever you want to call them, that's what they do over in Africa. They've sold out a long time. And that's why I also explained to you all when you all get to talking about mega and God, mega, the real battle, the end battle, Africa going to be partaker in it. But see, what you didn't understand is if Africa was the motherland, okay, why isn't Africa being done in a way that Yah is coming for them, as like it is said that he's coming for Babylon? If Africa was who y'all want to make Africa to be. And I don't want to keep saying Africa. I want to say the black people. Let's say that. Let's say the black people, okay? And we are the brown people. Let's say it like that. Someone said something, this one guy that's schooling everybody about guns and getting your weapons. One thing I like about what he said, he called us that's on the four corners. He called us the 13 percenters. I love that. I love that. When he said the 13 percenters, he don't say Negroes, Hebrew Israelites, melanated, brown, black. He says the 13 percenters. That's us. We're only 13% in this country. So he called us out as the 13 percenters, the 13%. You know, and I like how he said, because he didn't taught himself to say it in a way that it's so smooth. You know, the 13 percenters, we got to do this. And I like that. I really like that, because I like it. But on the other sad end of it is that you got probably, let's go for it, 89% of the 13 percenters have no idea of what he's saying when he said it's 13 percenters. That's what's sad about it. And that's also what's sad about people not knowing really who they are and could care less. They feel that who they are is what this country has made them to be, and not understanding how the country really sees them to be. And they pretty much is very content with being exactly what this country has labeled them to be. And they are very content. And they would kill, destroy, fight you if you say they anything outside of what this country said that they are. That's Judah. That's that 92. I say 90% of Judah. That's just who they are. That's that. And if the heavens has anything to say about a people, then we must understand the people who are saying things about a people, these same people, these people have to have had an issue. It takes you to the level, okay, say the Europeans say, we this, we ain't this, we ain't know how to do this, we ain't this, we ain't this, we less than this here. But what is coming from the kingdom about us? You see, as a people, is the kingdom saying something opposite than Babylon, the heathens and Gentiles and Europeans and other nations saying about us? Is the kingdom of the Most High Yah saying anything different about us as a people down here on the earth now, outside of us being a people under Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he has put us under his name? Okay, what type of people are we? You see, this is why you're not going to get too many people going in that realm to learn their spiritual realm. Why? Because you know what the spiritual realm would teach you? Let me explain something about the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm would teach you how ugly you really are. The spiritual realm would teach you how to stop lying, how to treat people, how to speak to people, how to conduct yourself around people, how to read people. The spiritual you has all these abilities to make not only you perfect in a way in the flesh. No, I ain't talking the flesh perfect, but spiritual perfect in the flesh in a way that you can really go to and fro on this earth. And you can be able to walk with a high level of authority and power. Gonna back that authority up. Why? Because you tapped into your spiritual being. And your spiritual being is showing you how much power you have invested in you. So if you got Judith over here, and they call us niggers, they call us all kind of things. But Your spirit would tell you really who you are. And your spirit will tell you when you finish looking in the mirror for a long time, you'll be able to see not only who you are, but who others are. That's why it said, judge thyself daily. Why? That nobody else could judge you. After you judge yourself daily, can't nobody judge you. I mean, like nobody. Why? Because you judge yourself already. I don't know why this. Let me put it like that. Because I'm looking, see on this here. There you go. So when you judge yourself daily, it's actually when your spirit is omitting to your flesh the type of individual you are. And your spirit will tell you how ugly you are, how evil and wicked, how wrong and how right, how much talent that you have, how much power Yah has ushered unto you. Your spirit will tell you that. And when your spirit finished with you, tainting your flesh can go anywhere in this world and survive. Because you're going to be able to read others. You're going to be able to not only read others' movements, the words they say, their energy. That's what your spirit does to help your flesh. That's when you tap into your spirit being. And that's the difference I know for without a doubt. When I'm on here and I'm speaking and I feel this thing that I'm talking to the brick wall, or I feel like they can't get it, they can't hear it. That's the same ruach that teaches your spirit how to tame your flesh to run this journey on this earth. And that's the reason why he said, judge yourself daily. That no man shall judge you. Why? Because you didn't judge yourself. How did you judge yourself? Your spirit told your flesh really what it is. Your spirit ain't ashamed to tell you to stop lying, stop stealing, stop backbiting, stop talking about people. Your spirit will tell you quick. And when your flesh receives the chastisement of your spirit, your flesh is in there, can go anywhere in the world, and also can judge others. That's what it means when it says, how can you judge your brother who you say that has a beam in his eye when you also have that same beam in your eye? So how can you judge someone else? But the key to it, it says, take the beam out of your own eyes that you may make a righteous judgment. You see? So it ain't saying that you're not going to be able to judge. Oh yeah. See, a lot of people don't even understand the message that's come from sister, because they looking at it as an offense. They looking at it as a fight, a war, or a hurt, a pain. See? But they ain't looking at it in the clearness of what it is, the crystal ball. That's just showing you how you get this flesh under the subjection by letting that spirit tell that flesh who it is, what it been doing, and bring out all the secrets of the flesh. That's what that spirit can do. Your own spirit can do that for you because it's willing to do things right. It's willing. And the first thing it has to do is it wants you to know that I got to work with your flesh, because that's the only thing keep hitting me. Your flesh keep hitting me in the eye. Your flesh keep kicking and spitting on me. And then you say, when did my flesh kick you? When did my flesh hit you and spit on you? Your spirit is telling you how ugly your flesh is. That's why it's no such thing as being submissive under a loudmouth man. A loudmouth man remind me of a bickering woman. A loudmouth man like Pastor Dow reminds me of a bickering woman. A brawling woman, a woman. If I don't, you see him on the outside and it'll throw you off. But I'm a living witness. His inside is like a bickering woman. It's so many female things rest in him till he jealous of females because that female to keep resting in him. A man does not keep on. See what a woman and a man is totally different. A man don't keep up trouble, you guys. A woman will. Oh, a woman will run her mouth and keep up more mess, but a man don't do that. So when you're running around saying, I'm a man, I'm the man, I'm the king, I'm a leader, but you know what? Someone and many have the ability and the gift to really tell him that you got too much female in you. You got too much sugar in you. And that's what he's fighting against. That's why he wants to keep telling men, women is this, and men, women is this, because he's too much sugar in them, y'all. I don't care what's on the outside of what you see. I ain't never seen a man, I'm going to be honest, 63 years and I've never seen a man with a loud mouth that can't keep his mouth closed. I mean, loud, like a loud mouth woman all the time. And even his mouth can't even control it's the way that it even say things because he don't have no muzzle. None whatsoever. His tongue is not tame. Because he got he's dealing with two entities. That male and that female's in him. And the only way he can defeat that female is if he only way he can defeat that male. No, only way that male part of him can defeat the female that's in him is he has to belittle and defame and say all kind of things about women. Why? Because he knows that there's a female tendency within him. And that's the truth, y'all. I don't have no reason to lie on that man. That is what you call the truth. Because I remember asking the Father, that's a man that never keeps his mouth closed. He got to keep up mess 24/24. And when I asked the Father, why is it he always on women the way that he's on women? But he's on women the way a woman will be on a woman. Ooh-wee, Debbie, you gonna get yourself in trouble. But that's the way he act. He act like a woman against another woman. He don't act like a man against a woman. He act like a woman against another woman. Loud. Just look at his mouth when he talk. Loud. It's that female in him that he's battling with. And if he battling with it, only way he feel he can defeat it if he belittle female to the low of the low. That's the only way he feel he gonna get victory with that female running in his body. And it is a spirit. And that's the truth. There are people who have been born to not feel comfortable in what they were born to be, which is a male. Their whole desire is to be the opposite of who they are. And when that opposite of who they are steps in and start roaring within them, and they're trying to shut it down because they know that they are a man, they keep battling with the fact that it's a female tendency that's within them, and they can't defeat it. The only way he feel he defeated if he forever, ever, every time he opened his mouth saying something about woman. That's the only way. He's not bringing revelation. He's not bringing spirit and truth. He's bringing his own personal experience and his own battle with women. That's it, his own personal battle. Where do you see me battling with men? My own personal thing battling with men. I couldn't do that. If y'all would let me, I would tell y'all my life, and you would say, Deborah, you know, you as a female or woman, you had it good. You had it made. That's what y'all would say. You had it made. You see? But I don't look at it like that. I don't feel that like that. Because the truth be told, the picture is prettier and beautiful as you look at it. But when you look behind it as it hangs on a wall is a gigantic hole in the wall. But the picture as it on the wall, it looks beautiful. But you take it down. But you don't hear me bashing every man that I have been involved with. But I bash men according to the biblical understanding in your instruction book and by the Ruach as it lets me and allow me to see where I'm at today and where our men are at. That's what I measure men on, where they are at. But important for me to know where men are at today, Father want me to use even my own experience to see they could never make it to where they should be. And we're going to talk about that today. Now, we were talking about, let me get off of Dow because it's not even worth it. But men over in Africa, going back to men, had signed the agreement, contract for Bill Gates to put the chip in every baby born in Africa. Every baby that's born, before they come to the mother's breast, they are going to be chipped. Africa have signed onto it. And it's all online showing you Africa. I don't know who he is, a president, whoever he is, shaking the hand with Bill Gates, and the black baby is in Bill Gates' arms. But it's been on there all since last week. They was already in agreement, talking about it. But now they have agreed it and signed the contract that every baby born in Africa is going to be chipped. I think that's the beginning. They have to start with the babies, and they're going to also go after the people if they have not already done that. But you see what I'm saying? This is what I spoke last week. Africa is the only continent and their leaders and their people that have signed the Europeans to do anything and everything to them and their people, even their food. They assigned it to be okay. This is the only continent that I know of that approve and give the total okay for Europeans to come in and shoot them with all kind of virus. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bio. That's what I call it. And they always using them as the guinea pig. Always. That's why I try to understand why anybody over in the United States, brown skinned people, or the 13 percenters, why would we think that Africa is a place to go? You know, why? And they eyes, nobody eyes is open to the fact that that's where all the Europeans run into, because they own it. They own it. The only part they gonna let the black people there have is the ran down, tore up, where they ain't got nothing going for themselves. That's the only part they gonna let them have. But the more the Europeans start heading, they already heading over there. But they ain't heading over there. They already over there. But there's many going that route. They leaving everything in the United States and going that route. A lot of them are. Why wouldn't they? They said, well, we know we can control that because we own that. Those people do anything. They'll kill each other for us. They know that. So I wouldn't advise anyone to run over there to Africa thinking, I don't care what part it is. I don't care if it's a part that you've seen, you'd have been there, it looks okay, and I don't care. Because what I can see is that also it's going to be the part that's going to end up with also Gog and Magog. It's going to be one of the ones that's going to be also joining. They're going to be already joined to them, but they're going to be also a participant of coming to the battlefield at the end. So that tells me if that's who they're going to be at the end, even Ethiopia. Let me tell y'all what. I sat back and I say, now, Ethiopia is going to be one that's going to join also the battle. And I'm like saying, but I thought they said the real Bible is in Ethiopia. You see what I'm saying? They have the real Bible. You get the point I'm making? See, it's the voices in the land that's lying. So now what we do, we have to go to the unseen and unheard of voice. That is the voice within us, the Holy Spirit that talks to us from our spirit level. That's where we need to be. That's where we need to head. That's where we need to go at all times. At all times. Because when you see that Bill Gates has already signed with the African president to chip these babies, I wonder what you think. I sure would like to know what you think. Now, another thing that's going on. The topic of this message was nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Well, that has already started. Okay. I can see it for exactly what it's standing for. And yes, I did kind of feel that there will be some backing up and backing down. But I saw where it says kingdom and kingdom against kingdom. That lets me know that different nations is going to be upholding their own nation. You see? So when I say they nation, I'm speaking of nation against nation. I mean, people against people. So they're going to hold their kingdom. Like, say, for instance, if you see, I hate to say it like this, the blood and the Crip, they call themselves, each one is a kingdom, and they going after each other. Well, that's what it's saying, that different people who holds up their own personal kingdom, their own group, their own game, is going to be going up against another kingdom that says that they got their own kingdom. When that's how it's going, it's not going, let me stop saying it. That's how it's happening. Okay. Now, what you see now is, and this is the media, they will put all this on here for what? Because they set it up. They planned it to the T, but they planned it still according to what you all have heard in time past. Nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. I heard in Revelation that there were going to be those who are going to come and reside here in this country. They're coming, but they're going to be devils, unclean birds, foul birds. So it's it's actually says that. So that telling you that there are some that's going to come in and they're going to be vicious because they strictly serving the devil all the way around. And they have already entered in, but I believe that they're still coming in because this country have sold this country out long time ago. And because it has done it successfully while the people had their eyes wide open, but yet could not see it. You know why the people can't see it? Because before you can see it in the natural, you got to see it in the spirit. Before you can behold it in the natural, you got to be able to behold it in the spirit. And this is the problem that I have with people who lead the multitudes with no view of the spirit realm. They only see the natural. I can't stand here and tell you kingdom against kingdom and nation against nation without me seeing it already in the spirit realm. Now, because I've seen it in the spirit realm, what did I do? I told you, I saluted. Saluting it to me is saying, okay, Father, I get it. Bam. I get it. Why? Because I see it in the spirit realm and I salute what I see in the spirit realm. I salute it as I see it in the natural. that it's on. That means it's on. I get you. I see you. I see you, Father. I see you. So now what you have today, you have now the gangs, the motorcycle gangs. See, a lot of people didn't pay any attention to them. You have the hell angels now saying, no. Who shall go up after the migrants? Who shall fight the migrants? Who shall control them or control that situation with the migrants? They are saying, this is just what is said. But it looks like the vision. It looks like what, not the vision. It looks like what I see in the spirit. Did I see gains? Did I see whatever it is, gang, the motorcycle gang? No, I didn't see them. What I saw in the spirit was exactly what it says. Nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And what they're going to try to do is go from state to state to deal with these migrants that's coming over, taking over. But what a lot of people here in this country, and the bikers, and a lot of them don't know is, your country set you up, bro. I don't care where you're going to handle a situation. They set you up. This is all a setup. And then when I see how the country has set this thing up for all this chaos to come in the midst of it, I can still see it still the way that it is in the spirit. So if it is in the spirit, what happened? The world set it up. This country set it up the way heaven had already saw it. That's why I can salute it. That's why I can salute it. That's why I can salute Deuteronomy 28. I don't salute Deuteronomy 28 because you got Negroes on this devil platform talking about we the people. We the people of Deuteronomy 28, because they took nothing out of Deuteronomy 28 outside of the yoke around their neck and the ship and being oppressed. That's it. They didn't take nothing else. And it's a bigger picture than that. That's all they took. Only enough to start a new denomination. That's all they took out. So what is actually taking place, as it is said, that the hell angels are going to Colorado to get this here, these migrants under control. What a lot of y'all don't understand is, when I said to y'all, this country has set everybody here in this country up. They set you up on from everything you own, everything you got, everything you eat, everything you drink, everything you use. They set you up. And all that you have is not going to save you. It's not going to save you. Could you have saved yourself? No. For it is written. It is written. That's why it's so important to tune in to your spirit being, so you'll know how to handle what is before you. I've seen it already. I've seen it. I've seen it to be worse. The way I see it is worse than the purge. I'm talking about the first purge. It's worse than that. It's worse. We are also looking at the one world system, the one world government where they control. I think y'all don't understand what's coming before that. The destruction in the land, tribulation is in the land. This is how they're going to get the one world system, is once they do away with enough of people, take enough of them off the land. They got to take lives, y'all. And this is their way of doing it. And guess what? They got well over 10 ways to take lives. Well over. And it's been set forth already, and nobody can see none of it. That's why I say when you start to walk in the spirit realm of who you are, and he begin to let you see these things, you're gonna have to need endurance. You're gonna long suffer. Because you're gonna see things for what it is, and you're gonna wonder when they doing it, and he gonna have to tell you, wait a minute, hold up, let him do it. I see what's going on. I knew it. Because somewhere, if you in that spiritual realm and you're walking therein, there's things that the world is talking about all on the media, what they teaching people. You start to see it for the way the spirit in you is teaching you. And you ain't gonna have no other choice but to understand it the way the Holy Spirit is speaking. You're not gonna understand it the way this book is speaking, the way the pastors, the bishops, and these so-called prophets and prophetess and these teachers and priests and this United States governments and president. You ain't gonna see stuff in that way. That's why I say unto you, where to go? Go into the spiritual realm of who you are. Deal with your spirit and see the Holy Spirit start to reveal things to you. And then you're going to see exactly what Sister Deborah has been saying all the time. And it's all going to come back to your remembrance. It's going to all come back to your remembrance. Because when he start to teach it to you, he's going to show you some things I ain't seen. And you ain't going to even know what to do with it. You're going to be like, but you're going to see things, and you're going to see things for really what it is. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness. But this stuff, I'm telling you all, the world is still matching the will of the Father. The world is still matching the will of the Father. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. The world is still matching the will of the Father. You see? So it's not like the world has this power to do it this way, this way, this way. No, they don't. Let's just imagine babies. Not the United States. Bill Gates went over there and signed a contract with the over there in Africa to chip the babies. Okay? To put the chip in the babies. You know what the chip is. Y'all know what that is. It's the form of the beast. But they put that chip into all the babies that's born. Surely it's going to mean others. I know it is. They just using it right now and say, oh, the babies need the chip. But why would you think that Africa would sign it over? Because they always went against their own people. Just like us over here. It's just something about melanated people that have no unity within. They have no heart for one another. Oh, we have some cry when one doing wrong and they get caught in it and somebody take their life. And we cry about that. We act the fool about that. But I'm talking about when it come down to righteous. When it come down to righteousness. We have nothing in the fighting ring. Nothing whatsoever. If you build a boxing ring and we wanted to put everybody throw something inside that ring, you won't find melanated people put nothing righteous into the ring. It's just something about it. It's just something about it. Because even when Ethiopia, as you read your instruction, it tells you about how Ethiopia, they're going to also detach themselves to God and may God. And let me tell you the key to that. When I was staying in Atlanta hired a lot of Ethiopians to do what? To rule their business, to be head over their business, to manage their business. And their business were majority African Americans. Okay? Even here in my state, it's the same way. They have Ethiopians in the hospitals, I don't see them in the restaurants, but I see them in business places and factories and warehouse being overseers over African American places that has workers, African American workers, especially in Georgia. When I stayed in Atlanta, Georgia, Now, I always wonder what do they see in them that's different from us? They see them different, y'all. They don't see them like us. Okay? They don't see them like us over in America. They see them different. Why? Because they can get them to do you unjust. Because they stay within their own culture. They don't see you nothing but lesser, as less as the Europeans said they are to see you. That's how they see you. Same thing with Africans. When they come over here, they see you less. And they thinking that they all that, but they see you less. They'll even tell them to see you less. So what's this deal with everybody seeing you to be the less of the less? And they the same. They melanated people. This is what our people don't dissect. Because if they did, they'll get in the right lane. And that's something they're not going to do. Because they've been in the wrong lane for too long to even start, to even think, to even feel, or even desire to go in any right lane. So what do they say now? The Hell Angels are on their way to Colorado. And I believe they're going to hit Chicago and New York. I don't know. I'm just saying. But I will say this. Where have they been? What made them pull up now? Now, I'm going to be honest. I hear several 13 percenters. 13 percenters is Judith. Let's say that. Let's say that. 13 percenter. No, not just Judith here in the United States. Let's put it like that. So they're talking about how you need to prepare because they come into our community and this. But each one of those each one of those men also stated once they leave their community, their neighborhood and their community, they go into the suburbs. And I believe for the Hell Angels or anybody group come up and pull up is because they know that to be the fact. They know that is the fact. You can take away the 13 percenters. Then who next? Who next? Who next? These people know there are a organization, a gang organization, a large one, okay, in the United States, a large organization, a large gang. Now, as many as there is of them, okay, where have they been? Same thing with KKK, the skinheads. Where are they at? Where have they been? Want me to tell you where they at? They ain't out here like Judith, killing each other. They ain't out here on the news killing their family and their wives and their children and their women killing their babies. They're not out here like Judah is out here doing chaos, using all their ammunition and all their weapons on their own people. All these organizations, skinheads, KKK, white supremacists, Hell Angel, all of these people, these are big gangs. They're not out here doing what Judah's doing. And we can't seem to get none of Judah to come up and say, wait a minute, you can't. Why? Because there's a call on your life. And that is that judgment and that fire that Yah has upon you. And when that hits you, which it is, it didn't hit Deborah already. I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all no lie. It didn't hit Deborah already. And as it hit me and burning my tail up, I'm standing strong, y'all. I'm standing up in this, honey. I'm standing strong. But I could not have been able to stand strong without that Holy Spirit, the Most High Yah. I'm going to give him all the glory and honor. It's no way. As a female, I could not stand. Had not, he'd be standing in me, carrying me all the way. I'm going to go and tell it like the truth is in it. I know I couldn't do it. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing it in the spiritual realm and I'm seeing it in the natural. So I should be cuckoo clock by now because I'm seeing it both ways. And I try to present it in the middle lane so you can get it. You see? But the thing about it, me trying to get somebody to get what I see in the spirit realm and what I see in the natural don't mean nothing. Because it ain't going to change what he already done threw down. It all must come to pass. So I just thank him for the endurance spirit and the long suffering that he has allowed me through him. Because all of these different games, which a lot of 13 percenters, that's us, Judith. A lot of us don't have no idea that we don't have a game. At least we think we do. You couldn't go over here and get the Crips. You can't get the Black Panther. You can't get the Bloods. If you only 13%, what are you stepping out with? You couldn't even get your community together. Black Panthers, Crips, Blood. Nobody could get their own community, their own nation together into any type of unity. How are you gonna be out here to be able to fight anything? You're taking your weapons right now and killing your family, killing your mom and your daddy, your babies, your women. You're out there killing everybody up, even killing your brother, your best friend, your uncle, your cousin. You're killing everybody up with the weapons you got. You ain't even gonna have no ammunition come time to be nation against nation. So hell angels pull up. I already seen that. You want me to tell you how I seen it? I seen it long time ago when I was telling y'all, y'all don't seem to see the KKK. Y'all don't hear about them, do you? Y'all don't hear the skinheads, the white supremacists. Why ain't y'all don't see them nowhere, do you? No. You know why? They gearing up. They gearing up for the battle. They gearing up for the battle, you guys. They are gearing up for the battle. But what is Judith doing? You got 90% of Judith don't even know he is Judith. The other 8% out here lying to every one of their own members, deceiving them on these corners. Got these men on these corners acting a fool and acting stupid at the same time. So nobody have the eyes to see that. When I want you to go on to you can probably even go onto the news. You can go on anywhere, probably even CNN. See how them bad boys pulled up. Hell angels. I just want y'all to take a look. Anybody took a look? No. Because that's how Judith is. That's why I say it's going to come up on you. And those two prophets, those two prophetess that was teaching a couple of weeks ago, that's exactly what they say. They said Judith don't even think, don't have no idea what Jacob trouble is. And the judgment. They say it's two of things coming. And the judgment, they said. And they said Judah have no idea what's coming. They don't. Because they think it's about having a car and a big screen TV and traveling and buying and just living on a hog. Best thing today, I tell you all can give you. Start paying a visit to your spirit. Let your spirit lead and guide you. Because that's the only place y'all going to abide in is your spirit. And through your spirit, y'all will show you all things. Y'all ain't going to show you through Sister Deborah, through this person and this person and this person. No. He's going to show you through your own spirit so you can be clearly seen. Your flesh can clearly see that your spirit is detached to y'all. Because they're going to know that, hey, wait a minute, my flesh going to start to realize, wait a minute, there's another sheriff in town and it ain't me. They're going to realize your spirit is standing tall. And when you start to see it in the spirit and then see it over here, what's going on in the flesh, you're going to be cuckoo clocked. And it's just going to be the Holy Spirit that's in you holding you up. Because this thing is real. I took one look Click that TV off, came right to this thing. Said, why did I do it like that? You don't want me to tell you why? I saw it already in the spirit. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I've already seen that in the spirit. Because I, in the spirit, I'm like, okay, well, where are all these people? When they going to come up? When they going to pull up? I don't see them. I don't see them. I see them in the spirit, but I don't see them in the natural. And I've said to you all several times, have you ever thought, this is what I said, where is the KKK? Where is the skinheads? Where they at? Y'all don't hear nothing about them, do you? They're nowhere in the play. It's because they're gearing up. They're using this, even though it ain't going to help them none, but you see, Judah using his destroyed his own nation and can't even see that's what they're doing. They have no idea. That is exactly what they're doing. And they don't feel, it's no feeling in them to make them realize that is exactly what's going on. So when I took that one look at that, even when I took that one look about Bill Gates signing the contract to give every baby born the chip, I saw that yesterday too. And I said, this man, they for real. They for real. Do you see that's the weakness of Africa. The people, they president, all of them, they can't do nothing. These people kill them if they don't do it. That man didn't sign, they'll kill him. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times I think sometimes that, well, why would they do it like that? Why did they do that? But, the truth be told, they'll take their life. They'll kill them if they don't do what they tell them. So, he had to sign with a big smile on his face. He had to sign, even though he knows it's wrong. He knows it's dangerous. He knows it's not right. He signed because he knows either you sign or you dead. And then when I kept strolling, and then all I saw, the Hell Angels is going to Colorado to deal with the migrants taking over. And then I took one look. I said, it's on. That's exactly what's in the spirit realm. Oh yes, it's like that. It's like that. And it ain't gonna make it better for nobody. It ain't gonna make, what it's gonna do? It's showing the Europeans, see how we can rumble. The Hell Angels look like they were all Europeans, even though I know some of them are black. I know that for a fact. Some of them are black, but the majority of them are Europeans. When they people roll out like that, even though they know it's a bad game, they don't care. They looking at, hey, see, this is how people rumble. And that's what I said. As a prophet is seeing this in that such a great number, how they pulling up, I look at that and I'm like saying, that's about right. That's about right. Because you see me talking about it, but my heart is sad about it. My heart is sad about it because I know this need be. They're not doing anything. They're not all bad, tough, and ooh, they mighty. No, they're going to go down like anybody else. You see what I'm saying? And when I see them, and I look over here and look at Judah. And when I see them, I look over here and look at Judah. What they are doing is showing the whole world how they rumble. What Judah over here doing. Seeing the next woman that they can kill. And his own babies. That's sad. And the next woman who wants to kill her children. See, they don't have to come after Judah. Judah takes care of his own. It takes its own out. That's why Judah, they've been past 13%. They want to pretend they more than 13%, but they kill off their own little 13%, and nobody have sense enough to add that up. For how many you producing? What's the sense of you producing? You got more dying than you got being born. So what difference does it make? They don't seem to think. So just to see these people pull up and go out like that, it's on. It's on. Now, no one, no, let me not say nobody, me, myself, I've already seen the nation against nation. Now I've just seen the kingdom against kingdom. Now it's finna pull up as a war. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something else y'all don't understand, especially Judah. The war that they said is coming, it's a people war, okay? And while people thinking they're gonna war against the system or the government, you can hang that up. You can't hang that up because you're not. The system then turned you against each other and did an excellent job. So it's no way that different nation of people and kingdom of people is going to go up against the system and the government as in a war. Why? Because they got the war, they got to kill off each other. That's the war, y'all. See, everybody want to call a civil war. They want to make it look like you fighting against the government and the matrix or the system. You can't fight the system. The system already destroyed you. You're just too ignorant to see it. The system destroyed you dead in your face. And if you didn't fight then, you ain't got a rat's behind strength to fight them no more for nothing. You don't have it. Why? Because they fought your water. They took your water. They took your food. They took your jobs. The pharmaceuticals giving you all a biochemical. They didn't. This system then stripped people in this country from everything it stands for. That's why they say let's roll over. Let's pull out with another bio. Oh no, I don't know if we need the bio. Do you think we need it? We hitting the food. We hitting the water. Tell you what, we hitting the air. So you think we need it? You see, they hitting the people in this country all kind of ways. They hitting them all kind of ways. Why the people doing what? Hitting each other. So it looks real when I see the hell angels pulling up to go deal with the migrants in Colorado. They're going to go more than just there, but I'm just saying, that's what I think. When that stuff like that, the system of this country standing back and saying, "Ooh, we got them now, y'all. It's moving just like we want." Just like Bill Gates went over there and sold, had that black man to sign the contract, and he on nationwide television grinning about it to all the people in this country, all over the world, so everybody can see. Look, I just settled that the black kids get over in Africa get the chip first. Why there? Because that's what y'all always used to bring all kind of biochemicals into the world, into the countries. It's through them. You always use them for guinea pigs, and they always there to let you. There is a mystery about melanated people that we haven't learned yet. It's a mystery about us, but it can be found in the spirit of who you are. Once your spirit start to attain your flesh, you're going to start talking about your flesh. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to be telling it on your flesh. Because now you don't even know who you are. But if you step in your spirit realm and let your spirit control you, guess what? You'll find out really who you are. And that spirit would tail off on your flesh, being you know you in there. See, that's where Yah come in and abide. Because now you and him can be one in this thing. When your flesh is ruling it, Yah ain't coming in your body, in your spirit. He come in your spirit when you realize who your flesh is. People don't even know that. When you realize who your flesh is, then Yah say, here I come. I'm on my way. Now I can deal with you. Because I'm not going to come and abide in your spirit and let your flesh rule. No, we ain't gonna do that. It ain't gonna be done. So you need to recognize your flesh, and that your spirit has the power greater over your flesh, and start understanding your flesh. Once you do that, then I come and I abide with you, and you abide with me, and I teach you how to teach your flesh to stand down. You're on drugs, stand down. You're on alcohol, stand down. You're addicted to lust, stand down. You're addicted to anything, stand down. But you got to be taught it from the spirit level, from the spirit realm of who you are, to bring it down from the natural. And this is why the pharmaceutical and everything in the world deals with the flesh. And even you. Everything is the way your flesh manage and say it should be. Oh, I want it. I got it. I want to do this. I want to. That's your flesh. When your spirit start to taping in that thing out, your spirit starts showing you where you at in life, in living. It'll show you where you at in this life and in living. And it'll show you things one at a time. And as you start to dissect, you start to find out, well, wait a minute. That ain't even me. Oh, man. See, a lot of y'all think that you AA and having counselors, talking to a family counselor or a family a marriage counselor, and all the medication that the doctors tell you, that's your God. You trust in all of that. But when you know who you are in your spirit, it takes all that away for you. It takes it away from you. And you start to see things for what it is. You start to realize that, wait a minute, I've been living out my flesh and not allow my spirit, because the spirit knows what's right and wrong, y'all. It knows, and it desires to do what's right. That's the beauty of the spirit, our spirit. It desires to do what is right. It is our flesh. It is our flesh that says, no, we're going to do it this way. You see? So what is taking place is what Sister Deborah already saw in the spirit realm. I told y'all I should be a cuckoo clock somewhere in the mental hospital, but it had not been for the ruach that's in me saying, oh, no, we ain't going there. We ain't going there. You just going to have to endure this, baby. I gave you the endurance spirit. I know you're going to long suffer this, because I know I showed it to you in the spirit, but I want you to understand that endure it. So when I'm seeing them pulling up, the first thing I do, I said, let me get on here live to let these people understand something about what's going on. It's on. Now I know that we can actually say, matter of fact, famine and the earthquakes there's earthquakes that has taken place. See, what people don't understand, this pestilence and earthquakes is not going to be where you say, oh, it's over here, over in Africa, or over in Russia, and over in Ukraine. No, it's coming home, baby. All this stuff has got to come home. You got to meet what the maker created. You got to feel that thing. See, he ain't talking about where it's at over there and over there. It's got to come home. Just like the judgment and his fire, being tried by the fire. It's got to hit the door. It's got to come home. It can't just be everywhere else and you standing there in la la land thinking, oh, it's about everybody else. These things only happening to everybody else. Oh, it ain't me. It don't happen to me. I'm not into that. I'm not involved in that. No, baby. It ain't got nothing to do with you in and what you involved in. These are things that's got to come to pass. And it does not exclude you. It includes you. And how does it make it easier when you in that walk, in that spiritual walk, where you need to be? You can handle it much better. You can handle it much better. Why? Because the ruach there to help you. But when you in your flesh thinking you're going to handle what's going on, you take it as, oh, it's them. They ain't going to do nothing. Oh, this them is over there. Oh, no. I seen this the first time I seen him. And he don't look like he no more than probably 30 or 40, 30, about 39, 40, up in his early 40s. He might not even be that old. And he's talking about all these different guns. Every time he come on, he got a different gun. And he's talking, and he's talking about women. Y'all need to get you you need to get this and get this. He's telling you what to get, and he's telling men what they need to be doing and how they need to be doing it. He ain't saying go out there, fight, and go. It's meant getting your mental state of mind together. Instead, I tell you, get your spiritual mind. He's telling you get your mental, but what he don't understand, that's the one is going to be in. That's the mind that's going to be in. Ain't going to be able to take it. You see? And I think that for so long, we thought that all our gains were all this and all that. You just don't see. You just do not see what is about to happen. Being tried by the fire. You think you a Crip? Let's see. You think you 6'9"? Let's see. Let's run. That's what's about to happen, y'all. That's the sort of stuff that's going to be before you, especially next year. But it's going to be before you during this here time. And you know, the people who say it, and watch this here, you know, they're trying to put out this warning. If Trump don't win, we're going to war. You see what I'm saying? You know who's saying that. If the Republicans don't win, Trump don't win, there's going to be a riot. It's going to be a war. Now, who is allowing people in this country to crank up something like that? To even announce that? I don't know if y'all heard it. I've heard it. If he don't win. You see? Who's saying that? There's a nation saying it. Going back to what I was saying. There's a nation saying that. But what you don't understand is that nation might be saying that. But you have the hell angels on this end. Watch how this going to be, y'all. You got the hell angels on this end already heading to Colorado to deal with the migrants who's trying to take over. Okay? Now, come election, those who want to war now, that because Trump didn't win, guess who's going to war with them? It'll be somebody like the hell angels warring with them, their own nation, their own nationality. Because what? Why, Deborah? Because you're dealing now with kingdom against kingdom. That's deep. That's deep. Because it tells you nation against nation. Letting you know it can be a people against their own people. That's what it's talking about. Then when it says kingdom, it's talking about like a turf. So when you think you're going to war if Donald Trump don't win, when you might have another group that's not with Donald Trump saying, come on, let's rumble. That's what you're going to start to see. That's what you're going to start to see in this country. Because to me, I've already seen the country. It's gone. It's over. It's already been destroyed. See, we waiting for it to fall. But to me, I've already seen it fall. It's already have fallen because they have stripped the people from any and everything. Any and everything. When I found out the other day, something that blew my mind is when you have a case. Now, I knew when you have a house or you have this, the country, you have to give Medicare half of whatever you sell your house for if you pass away. So if you signed your house over to your kids, Medicare already got you signed, got your mother or your father who had a house. They have already, when they apply for Medicare B, they had signed a piece of paper, said if they have any property or anything that needs to be sold, they get a portion. These people in this country didn't sign their life away and have no idea. So I suggest to each and every last one of y'all, if you got a retirement, get your tail out and retire. Greed make you wait. Greed make you people so loaded with greed, they think tomorrow's going to bring them more than they got today and don't even understand, baby. It is over. You better try to enjoy today while you trying to book up and rack up for tomorrow. Retired. Because if you don't, that's all I can say. If you don't, think about it. These people have already ripped everything from you. You can go around somewhere and if you have a lawsuit, I never knew that they could take a portion or almost half to go to Medicare. Wait a minute, you done took it since I was coming up 50, 60 years. How you taking? You see, that's why this country is not a great old America. That's why this country, even Yah, the kingdom, is going to destroy it. Why? Out of all these countries, why this country? You really think it's about Israel, don't you? You really, really think it's about the Hebrew Israelites and the true Jews. It don't have a rest behind to do with you. Read Revelation 18. It talks about merchant and the things that they have done. That who saw? Heaven. Heaven allowed it and gonna judge it at the same time. That's their end game. Since you be wondering, I sat back and I said, why haven't they realized that Ishmael had a hand in that? Ishmael had a great hand in us coming to be besieged from Israel, Jerusalem or Israel, and they took everything and we took off running. The ships, the order, everything. Ishmael has a hand in that. Ishmael gonna have a hand in it at the end because they're gonna be emerged. They're gonna be a part of God and Magog. Ishmael is not your friend; they're your enemy. So all these herb shops that's running around here, these beauty supply houses that these herbs are in, these people are totally 100% against you. If you think America don't think that you are less than 1/3, do you know they think that too? Those over there in the Middle East had more to do with or connected to more to do with us over in this country. But we know who had the right hand in it, the Father. But I'm just showing you how we're looking at all these different places and it hasn't shown up who they are. They're talking about Russia and China and countries like that. But they're the ones that's out there. But Iran, Iraq, Arabia, all of them, they always had a plan in messing us up. Always. They was the beginning of it. They was the beginning and they were in it today. They're the one hiding where you can't see him. Ishmael is hiding where you can't see him, what he's doing to Isaac. He's hiding and have hid. And we want to know who we are and what this it is and we it is. Look, you don't even know the bloodline of Abraham. Ishmael is the one that played the big role of how you got over here. And they're going to be a big role in the system, the world system. They're going to be that big role in that. Before it's the world system, they got to eliminate the population. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Before they bring everything into the one world system, there got to be a lot of death in this country. They got to do a lot of people got to cease so they can bring that into the form. The one world government is not going to be in the form where all these nations against nations and kingdom against kingdom. No, it has to let them kill as many as they need to be killed off and then come in with a peace thing, a thing to make peace. Okay, y'all done tore up this, y'all done destroyed this, y'all done killed this, y'all don't have this, we're going to give you a deal. and all this, that's going on, we're going to stop it. It's all going to be stopped. And we're going to give you this. And at that time, everybody going to take whatever they can get, because that's just how many people are going to lose their lives, y'all. Everybody going to be wanting whatever they can get. You're sure. Give me a chip. Give me whatever. But the nation against nation, y'all, that's already happening. One thing I can truly say about Judah, they're going to kill their own nation off. They're doing a good job at it now. They're already killing them off. That's why it's so easy for the war between a black woman, and a black man. That's why the war is so heavy. It's because even though you see that there's bickering between the two, what you don't see is the death, how many lives are being lost. While the bickering is taking place, lives are being lost. Because there's a level of hate that's being taught to the men, that you the king, you the leader, and you the ruler. She don't do this, she don't do this. When you take her out, you rule your household, you stand your ground. But yet they don't have the balls to stand up against them Europeans that's taking their money, then took everything from them. They ain't gonna stand up against them. They're gonna stand up against their own weak link. That y'all say, deal with her as your weak link. No, you dealing with her like she's your strong weak link. And he told you, I'm not going to even hear your prayers until you're able to deal with her as a weak link. No, we're going to deal with her as a strong link. We're going to deal with her like a man. We the man. So if you think that if he say she's the weak link and you deal with her as the weak link, or I won't hear your prayers, that shows you y'all ain't listening to her. Because they're trying to deal with woman in a way that make them feel that it's okay to do the things that they are doing and feeling the way that they are doing, feeling. And it's all because they didn't take on who they were in the garden. It wasn't just an Adam thing. It was a man thing. He was created to be the man because he was carrying the woman. And every other seed therein was in him. And that's what Judah has not carried even to today. But Jacob said he wouldn't. Jacob told him. He told him that he wouldn't. So even when I looked at that Willie Lynch letter, I was looking at it and I was reading. I said, wait a minute, some of this stuff is also matches Deuteronomy 28. What's going on here? See, it's going to be the way he said, the way the Father said. And it don't matter which route it's going to route. It's going to be the way y'all said it's going to be. No matter which way y'all want to route it. And the only thing we as a people, the 13 percenters, has a tendency of doing, blaming everybody for all our wrongdoing. We not even got this. We don't even have the sense. Like, say, for instance, if I go out and I kill all 6 of my kids, Judith would blame everybody else outside of me and outside of, first and foremost, the Father. Let's blame them, because you didn't have this. You was stressed, you was this, you was that, and you took your life of your children. Always looking for a door to go out of instead of facing that door and said, wait a minute. And what we need to do is go to the mirror every morning and say to yourself, I'm an ugly person. And then when you say you ugly person, hear your spirit tell you who you are, because it'll talk to you. It'll talk to you. You'll say, you mean I have a being in me that has a voice? Oh, yes, baby. And it outrides yours. It's just that your ugly mouth been talking too long to where it ain't shut up long enough to hear your inner man speak. And it'll tell you. So much has taken place to where I don't think anyone should really look for anything good to come out of this, because it's not even prophesied that good would come out of it. I know he's coming for his, and that's a good thing, but there's a journey to take. That's what I don't think Judah and Israel have any idea, especially Judah. There's a journey we have to take. We're not coming out of this land uncursed. We're going to be cursed when we come in and cursed when we go out. So what did that mean? Even while we're out, we still going to be cursed. That's why I tell you all, it is important. No one know the day nor the hour in which Yah is going to come for what belongs to his. But while we are here, we better be more focused on our spirit being, having a relationship with Yah. And stop putting so much emphasis on our flesh and giving it the authority and the overseer and override. We need to. Because, hey, when I saw them bikers pulling up like that, I mean, it looked like it was millions. I'm telling you, y'all. And I was like, see, look what they're doing. To go way to Colorado. They come together. It's their group. It's nobody outside their group. It's their whole group, their organization. Now, why haven't their organization pulled up down in New York? Why haven't they pulled up in other places? I told y'all, everything's set on the timing. And just like I say, even us. Now, I don't know if y'all see also, it was a lot about Nipsey and all that stuff. They finna start back all that gang mess. Why is it not all our, but you got a lot of ours into that beefing through rap. And no one ever seen who is taking out all these rappers. Who's killing these young rappers? Who's killing these young rappers? Come on now. They even killed the female. But who's killing them? Who's doing that? Who's setting this up? Guess what? You know who's taking them out, y'all? Anybody in the live chat, do you know who's taking them out? Y'all have any idea who's taking them out? Anybody have any ideas who's taking these rappers out? A European explained, which I figured that out anyway, because I try to explain it to my kids. That America has turned over certain cities over to the Cortez. And now the Cortez are the overseers of many of the gangs. And I'm talking about us. So when you see them, because it just doesn't make any sense that all of this is happening and certain ones is calling out. Who is behind this? And why ain't nobody? And why ain't your brothers, as you call them? And why ain't these Negro men speaking out? They all across the YouTube, all across the media, talking about this and this and this and this and this. Why ain't y'all telling somebody that the Cortez is behind y'all darkness? Why ain't nobody saying nothing? The United Snakes has sold certain areas over to the Cortez. You remember they used to be somewhere else. They didn't be in this country. They weren't over here. They're over here now. And it's a large organization. So when you see in these gangs, orders are being put out on them. Not because, some of it I heard that is because they won't buckle to the Cortez, because they come in to take over. And that's why they're falling off like that. Is that Venezuela? Venezuela. I heard that they different from the Cortez. They got their Cortez too, but I heard they got theirs, but it's not the same one that you know, the one that did the drugs in Mexico and Colombia. I heard they are different cartel. Yes. Yep, they got the Mexicans too. You're right. That's who's running a lot of it. In the United States sold it to them. So I'm trying to get you all to see why in Matthew 24 and verse 7 said nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. He told you don't worry about no wars against wars, y'all. That ain't it. But when it's nation against nations and kingdom against kingdom, he knew that it's its own. So what Sister Deborah saying, it might be sound like it's just low key or something, baby. I told y'all things are going on, you just can't see them. Because a lot of times it's more so we don't pay attention to it because we figure it ain't at my door. And there's nothing wrong with knowing what's going on. Because to me, I'd rather know what's going on than to know nothing. And here it is at my door. I know I can't do nothing about it. But it ain't nothing wrong with me knowing. Because I'm going to know it in the spirit realm. Might as well see it in the flesh. Because it's going to come to pass. There ain't nothing nobody can do about it. The Mexican cartels, and this one here, Venezuela, those are the ones that's over in Colombia. They are their own. They have their own cartel. Now, they do have. Theirs is supposed to be worse. I think theirs is worse than the cartels. The cartel. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think the ones that came over here doing the migrants, I said to you all 6, 7, 8 months ago, these people they bringing over to the borders are the worst of the worst. I told y'all that. I told you. That was way back months ago. I said, these people take you out at a blink of an eye. I told y'all that. And the United States had ordered this long time ago. This year, you are going to get out of all these prisons. You don't have to spend life anymore. They're taking you over to the United States. Why? They got to fulfill Babylon coming down. They got to fulfill it. They have to fulfill it. In the one world government system and all of that, I don't think we're going to stand. We're not going to be the one standing in that. I think we're going to be more so the one that's going to be destroyed as people. And I think the one world government is we ain't going to have nothing to do with the one world government as far as putting everybody in a system. We might live to see how they setting it up. But I believe other countries, and I think Iran, I think Obama, because I think that I don't think he's the person everybody think he is. But I believe it's him, Iran, and the Pope. Those in between those two, all three of them. And they ain't focusing on America. They are not focusing on America. Why? Because they already know America has already fallen. They have to fulfill Matthew 24 and 7. So it has to be a purging. They have to fulfill Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25. And you know what? I heard a person teaching. They came out of Jeremiah and Ezekiel. And I was like, I told you, it's in there too. Judah and Israel ain't coming out like they think they coming out. Oh, you gonna come out on God's timing. But he wants you to see some things. You think you saw something or you seen something? You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah. Okay, you broke it. Venezuela. They are unalivers. Unalivers? Yes. Wow. And that's the way honestly, it makes sense though. I'm laughing on the side, but it makes sense because the same one I told them that's coming, those migrants coming over here, they don't have the mind for you to say. I mean, they don't care about anything. They was locked up for the rest of their lives, and this country paid for them to come over here, bought them to destroy this country. And the people here in this country cannot see it. But what I also believe is you had several brothers, not brothers, brown skinned men talking about they know, this is what they were saying. They know that they sent them over to come into the cities where African Americans to destroy them. But you know what they all said? And they weren't together. They said, but they think that the overall is bring them through the cities where the African Americans are in, and then take them into the suburbs and into the areas. So as I hear all these three guys teaching the same thing, I say, see, the Europeans ain't got a hold of that. And they said, we're going to stop them in their tracks. And that's what I think made Hell Angels pull up and take the first step, because they know that if we don't do something now with these migrants, it's over. We can use and we can say the African Americans, they're here for them. But when it all said and done, what happens after them? They figured it out. That's why they pack it. That's why they are preparing. Because the United States are still bringing these people in. 1 minute. Yeah, you all, I had to call my son over. Told him I need you to come over tomorrow so you can fix up this what is it called, it a greenhouse for me, this little greenhouse. And I got it for $69. $69. But I know you say, well, what is that, Deborah? You'll see. I'm gonna show you all a picture of it. And it looks plain, but the purpose is I want to start growing herbs, all different kind of herbs, and putting them in capsule. Blend them up to powder, and I'm putting them in little capsules. I'm going to take on the fact that this is what I'm going to have for the days to come. Not just me, but even my family. You know, this is what we're going to have. We're going to have to. While a lot of people saying they growing food, it's good. You can grow food. But what they putting in food, I heard they even put them in the seeds. I don't know about all that. But the food, the water, they're going to get you through the air. They're going to get you one way or another. And when I mean they're going to get you, they come in all kind of ways. But one way, I figured if I can just eat from the ground, that's it, y'all. I'm going to eat from the ground. Them pills going to be my food. I told y'all that it's been about 5 years ago. The Father told me to collect a lot of seeds. And he said that these are seeds right here. Each seed, no matter how small it is a meal. I said, this is a pin needle seed, Father. This is a meal. He said, yeah. If you ever without one of those seeds, would be a meal for your body. You know what I went out, y'all? I went crazy. I went out and bought all the seeds I could possibly buy. I said, one thing they ain't gonna be able to do. I'm not gonna be hungry. Hey, he told me one seed would be a meal for me. And I just went out and bought all seeds. Not flowers, the seeds to grow stuff. And it's not for me he didn't say to grow it. He said each seed will be a meal. You know what he was doing, y'all? He was showing me that I will and I shall survive. Because anytime he can give, you know how many seeds are in one package? That's a lot of seeds. And he telling me that one seed will be a meal unto my body. Ooh-wee. Then I went back and you look at it and you see where it says that the seed of the herbs is your meat. I was like, woo-wee. That's what you were saying. Yes, Deborah. So a lot of people, even though I put up canned food and all kind of water and tissue and alcohol, stuff like that, stuff that you might need in emergency. And I put up that big old box of seeds because that's what I would use for me. Because he already told me one seed will be a meal for you. That's beautiful. And you know what it kind of helped me with? Now that I'm saying it to you, just say, for instance, he said, come on, Israel and Judah, let's get out of here. He already told me that those seeds would be a meal. No matter where I have to go, where I have to run to. Remember, I was telling you if I had land, I'd be out there. And as long as I'm on that ground looking up, I have my box of seeds. Because that's the only thing, I'm going to be honest with you, that's the only thing that he told me that I would survive with. Seed. He didn't say all the seeds. He said just one of them will be good for your meal. I'm like, they're so tiny. Yeah. And I believe him. I believe him without a doubt. I believe him. He know what he's talking about. He ain't never been wrong. So I just collected a whole bunch of seeds. I sure did. But what I'm doing today is I'm taking some of the herbs and growing the herbs and putting them in, growing them, and I'm blending them up to powder, and I'm putting them in capsules. Okay. And once I put them in capsule, I'm going to put them in bottles and I'm going to store them. Okay. So that I can have medicine in case anything happen or anything go wrong. Because this hospital deal, I'm going to tell you what I'm telling you, what I know. You can see already they are starting to not just take away different things in your healthcare plan, but they charging you. How did it happen? I have no idea. They can double the prices. And the doctors that you didn't have, they're not seeing you. When you make an appointment, they'll make you 3 to 6 months to the next year appointments. You see, all of this stuff is going to cave in. A lot of this is going to cave in, but I'm going to start working on doing my herbs and putting them in capsule. And I'm going to start taking it from there. That's how I'm going to survive, y'all. That's good. That's good. That's how I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive like that. That's how I'm going to survive. when I say I'm going to survive, I mean I'm gonna take heed to what the Holy Spirit told me about the seeds. And I'm going to, and the reason why I'm telling you I'm going to survive, I'm gonna get rid of meat. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of things, you guys, and I'm gonna start surviving off of what I'm growing. And I mean the herbs that bears fruit, and the herbs, the seeds. That's what I'm gonna deal with, the seeds, and that's what I'm preparing for myself to make sure I have that. So I will be back at 7 p.m. and I will show you all my greenhouse. My son and his fiance, they almost finished, have put up. So you can see what it looks like. It's just a little something. I just feel that I need something to put these herbs, to grow these herbs under, so that it could survive the winter. I know in the fall, and I don't know, is it a greenhouse? Yeah, it is, because I remember Frosty the Snowman in the greenhouse during the winter. So the greenhouse do help plants in the winter. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in, and I will be back at 7 p.m. Central Time. And you all continue to enjoy your evening, your afternoon. I say unto you, shalom and shalom.